What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Game of Thrones Season 7 video. So if you're new to the channel, please do drop a like, please do subscribe as well, because it is incredibly appreciated. And I want to thank you all for your comments, your likes, even your dislikes. At least you're watching the video and you're giving your opinion. But here we have got the Season 7 episode, which is coming up. And it is looking very interesting, I've got to say. And it looks like everything is going to come to a head very soon, obviously, because, well, it's the season finale. That's what happens in season finales. But there are plot threads, etc., which haven't been explored as much as they really should have, in my opinion. And now, a lot of people are criticising the show, and I talked about that in my previous video yesterday, just a tad at the start. But a part of me is also thinking that, well, you know what? Us book readers, well, I'm a book reader myself, I get the show, and then I'm going to get all the exposition, all the detail you can gorge on in the books when they finally get released, which I believe October is rumoured to be tentatively the date of when that's going to come out, which does make sense because, well, it's winter and, you know, it does make sense. And, well, one plot thread which has been criminally underutilised is the Sansa and Arya storyline. We've had reunions like mad, and the Sansa and Arya storyline was something which I was very much looking forward to because they haven't been together for years. They haven't interacted with each other. We've seen their journeys across different paths they took. We saw Arya kind of cement herself into being a badass and then realizing that her actions have a lot of consequences. And then Sansa has also grown and decided not to be some whelp princess wannabe, and she's grown into a very decent woman like her mother. So she's turning pretty much into her mother, whereas originally she wanted to be just like the beautiful Queen Cersei. So there's some really nice character development there, but the storyline of those two have not been explored, and it seems to be like an absolute afterthought, and they're going after the main plot line, which is obviously the huge thing with the Night King. We also have as well the Whites and the Game of Thrones that is still plodding along. And here it is a shame because they seem to be embroiled with Littlefinger. So Littlefinger is someone who doesn't really have much to do. Just like Varys, their army, like their sort of skills are not really needed right now, to be honest. Everyone seems to be like in a bit of a status quo. And we've also got the show, which I said is focusing on the War for the Dawn Part 2. So they're trying to do that. That's what's being focused on in the show. So it goes to standing that we're not really going to get the Littlefinger or Varys moments that we had in the past, because you can't really bargain with the dead, can you? So I think Littlefinger's time really has come to an end on the show, as well as Varys, which I like both the characters. Peter Baelish and the guy who plays him, I absolutely loved. I loved him in The Wire. I also loved him briefly as the meme at the start of The Dark Knight Rises. So it's a shame that we will be losing him. However, the Sansa and Arya storyline needs to move forward. Now, the show's director, one of the directors of the episodes, has actually said that there will be a shocking and bloody and violent end to this storyline. And he was told that he was given the direction that it needs to look like one of these characters, as in Sansa and Arya, will actually die. So that's quite a big thing there. And I'll link that story in the description below as well, so you can go and read that. It's quite an interesting actual article, an interview. I really did like it. It was shed a lot of light, really, on everything. And, well, Littlefinger is someone who, well, he's rubbed everyone up the wrong way now. It's got to the end. We're at the end game, and he's not really got much left. I mean, he sort of controls the Knights of the Vale, and Brienne of Tarth also made a very good point that he's probably bought off every single one of the guards in Winterfell, which I have to look at with a huge pinch of salt. And I have to look at that because I don't think that the Northern men could be as bought as easily as Brienne seems to think they are. However, the question is, will Sansa or Arya kill each other? Now, no, I don't think that will actually happen because, one, we've only seen one side of this story. We've only seen these two on the surface. We've not really seen too much insight into what is actually going on, and I really do have a skepticism at the fact that Arya, who is someone who's so incredibly trained in the ways of sneakiness and stealth with all of her training that she had over the previous seasons, like again by Jaqen, facing the waif, all this kind of business. It's kind of incredulous to believe that she would allow herself to be seen by Littlefinger, and I can't help but think that she allowed herself to actually be seen as well. So there is because some people are saying that possibly she is using the faces from her bag. How she got those faces, we don't know. As in, if she got Sansa's face, how would that work? So I'm not too sure how that would look into things, how that would really work, to be honest. But I can't help but think that her and Sansa are allowing Littlefinger to see what he is seeing, and in reality, they are actually scheming behind him and behind his back to work towards killing poor old Peter Baelish. I'd say poor old Peter Baelish. He's a scumbag. So I think that they want to get him away and out of Winterfell just by scheming together. And the reason I believe this is the fact that we've only seen half of this. We've not seen much really of anything, and to be honest, it seems too obvious. It's far too obvious and on the nose, these arguments that Sansa and Arya have had. And I don't really believe for 1 second that they would be so against each other like this. They've seen each other, then suddenly they dislike each other, and that is that. So it doesn't really make too much sense. And I think that Sansa is luring Littlefinger by sending Brienne away, and also on another level, it's allowing Sansa to actually do the scheme without Brienne kind of looking and breathing down her neck. So I think that they will team up possibly to kill